Friends, here our concept is loop control statements or commands. Simply break and continue are called loop control statements or loop control commands. These two, break and continue, are used to control the execution of loops. Any loop. See, we have different types of loops now. For loop, while loop, until loop, select loop. So to control the execution of any loop, here break and continue are useful. Let me explain this concept with a simple shell script. Suppose I am defining a shell script called display files.sh. So I want to display all the files which are there in the current location. So simply I can use ls command also. First let me run this shell script by taking simply ls command. See your code. Simply we have ls command inside of your shell script. You are able to display all the files which are there in the current location. But same output just I want to get using for loop. Just I am implementing with step by step. Let me comment this ls. I am using for each file. So you know in for loop, immediately after starting with your for key, you have to take any variable. I am taking each file because my concept is using for loop. I am printing file. That's why just I am taking suitable variable name. That's it. You can take simply for x, for y, for each file or for file. In if I substitute $ls, $ls, the command output we are giving as an input for your for loop. So that for loop will take one by one file from this output and it will try to repeat the actions, the commands, the logics which are there between do and done. Now my intention is simply I want to display each file. That's it. So what will happen? First ls command will execute, that output will substitute here. So you are going to get some number of files. That many number of times, how many files you are having here because of ls output, that many number of times this logic will repeat. While repeating each time, while iterating each time, automatically the each file will be one by one from this output. Now let me save it. See your code once and see the output. Yes, you are getting your output. And here you are displaying all the files, see, without extension or with some .txt, .sh. But now my requirement is I want display only text files. Then you can take simply, instead of taking ls command, if I go with ls star.txt, the meaning for that is star means anything, any file which is ending with .txt. You are getting only text files. Now let me use your for loop just to get text files. So let me comment this code. So I am using multi-line comments. You can take any name to comment your multi-lines. I am taking m comment. Now for each file in $ls star.txt means any file which is ending with .txt, that files I am capturing with ls. That output we are providing to our for loop. Then here simply I am displaying echo $each file, so that you are going to get now only text files. Yes. Now I need to extend this script such that I need to display only one text file which is getting at very first. If I get one text file by using for loop, then after that I don't want to repeat. I want to skip all this. Then how we can do it? There are different ways. Let me show you. First I will go with some complex way. Then I will show you very simple way. So initially I am taking some count. Count equals to 1. Now what I am doing is, before printing your each file value, I am checking if I am taking a test condition. If count equals to 1 means only at the very first time, then I am executing this echo $each file. Then after that I am increasing this count value. We know how to increase count value by using arithmetic operator. Simply count plus. Then I am closing with fi. Now what will happen? You know, here you will get some list of text files. Your for loop will try to execute this logic number of times. But initially, before starting your for loop, we have taken some count as value 1. You can take any variable. I have taken count variable. And for loop will take first file from this output and it will try to execute first time this one. So while executing first time or for your first iteration, count is already 1. So 1 and 1 both are equal. That's why you are printing this. So after printing first file, what I am doing is I am increasing count value. So while executing next time, your count is now 2. 2 is equals to 1? No, false. That's why it will skip. So now for remaining all files, while executing this code, from second iteration onwards, your count value is not equals to 1. That's why it will never execute, so that it is executing only one time. So that you are going to get only the first text file. Now let me save it. See your code once and I am running that. You are getting only one text file. But there is some small disadvantage. What is that means? After printing first file, if your intention is, if you don't want to print remaining files, you can stop for loop. No, why should we take next file and why should we check the count value? It is not equals to 1, so you are skipping this. Unnecessarily you are validating this condition for remaining files. But my intention is, after printing first file, I want to stop my for loop. I want to stop execution of your for loop. Now let me comment this code and I will write one more code. So second comment, you can take any name. See what I am doing is, for each file in $ls star.txt do done, I am printing echo $each file. Then I am using exit suppose. But there is a difference between exit and loop control statements. Exit will terminate completely your shell script. Suppose I am writing 2 more lines. Just for our understanding, I am writing here starting for loop. Then after completion of your for loop, at the end I am writing echo for loop is over. Now because I used exit, because of that you can able to get only one file, but you are stopping your shell script so that it is skipping the line which is there outside of your loop. Suppose if you have after loop some more lines in your code, then because of exit they never execute. Your shell script is stopping. But my intention is I want to stop only for loop, not your shell script. You are not getting echo for is over. But now see the difference. Without exit, I can stop my for loop. Exit is to stop your shell script. If I take simply break, now see the difference between previous output and current output. You are getting for loop is over. So here break is used to terminate or exit current loop completely before the actual ending of loop. Actual ending means your for loop has to repeat for n number of times, that n number of times based on how many values text files you are getting here. But now because of break, you are stopping only your for loop. When you are stopping, while executing first iteration itself you are stopping. Based on condition also you can stop your loop. As of now directly I used break statement. Not only that, see, let me take your count equals to 1. Now what I am doing is, here after displaying your value, let's say if, actually no need to use this, just I am giving, you can use break inside of if condition. For that just I am giving an example. If your $count is equals to 1, then you are displaying your line. So after displaying your line, what I will do is, here I can use directly break. So whenever if I display first file, immediately stop my for loop. See, break will stop only this for loop. Actually your for loop, just assume that there are some 4 text files. Your for loop has to repeat 4 times. But while executing first time itself, you have a break statement. Because of that, simply it will skip remaining 3 iterations. It won't execute remaining 3 iterations, and simply it will stop your for loop and it will come out from your for loop, and it will try to execute the lines which are there outside of your for loop in case if you have any logic inside of your shell script. That's it. Simply to terminate only for loop, not a shell script. So be clear, if you want to terminate shell script, you have to use exit. If you want to terminate only loop, you have to use break. That's it. Now let me save it. See that you are getting your output. Okay. Now you have one more thing called continue. Then what is the use of this? Now let me take one more example. Working with continue.sh. Try to understand the concept. We will see usage of your continue and break effectively while writing real-time scripts. Now suppose I am trying to display, first I will do this thing, echo starting for loop. I mean, you can use these break statements in any loops, but as of now we covered only for loop. That's why I am explaining with respect to for loop, but same concept is applicable with your while and until and select loop. For each in, I am taking suppose sequence command output, suppose 1 to 10 I want to display by using your for loop. Then do done. So here echo $each. Let me save it and let me run this first. Execution permission, continue. Now I am running our shell script. You are getting 1 to 10. And let me modify this script. Sorry. So at the end I am writing one more statement called for loop is over. Now my intention is, if your each value is equals to 5, then I want to stop to print remaining values. Actually your for loop is trying to print 1 to 10, but now my intention is, whenever if your each value is equals to 5, then I want to stop my for loop. I don't want to print remaining values after 5. So that's why what I am doing is, before printing your value, I am checking that value. If it is, be clear, if your each value is greater than 5, if it is greater than 5, then I want to stop my for loop. Then simply use break here, then close with F5. Now what will happen? If this condition is true, it will stop your for loop to execute again and again. Else it will display value called each. Now see the result. Now I am running our shell script. Observe the output. You are getting now only 1 to 5. That's fine. Now in the same shell script, if your value equals to 5, then I don't want to print that. In remaining cases only I want to print my values. Actually your for loop is trying to print values from, let me comment your code. Your for loop is printing values from 1 to 10. Now first let me comment this code here. Now let me write same logic. For each in $sequence 1 to 10, do done. So here as of now I am taking again each, so that it is printing 1 to 10. But my requirement is, if your value is equals to 5, then I don't want to print that. In else case I want to print. Then how you can implement that? See, first thing I can do this. If your value is not equals to 5, then I have to take here you have an operator called not equals to, right? Not equals to 5, then only print your values, then this is fine. Then guys, you may get small confusion while working with continue, but as of now just try to understand. It's fine as of now. What is our requirement? Print values 1 to 10 but skip 5. So that's why I'm taking condition. Whenever it is not equals to 5, then only print, otherwise I don't want to print. So if it is equals to 5, it will get failed. That's why your if doesn't allow to execute this line, so that you are getting values from 1 to 10 by excluding your number 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But same concept you can also implement in this way. Working with continue.sh. If my value is equals to 5, then I want to skip to execute echo $h. Then let me comment this code once again. First of all, for each in dollar sequence 1 to 10, do done. Then between this, suppose actually we need to print the value of each. So as of now, if you run, you will get 1 to 10 numbers. But what I am doing is, see, if be clear, if your value is equals to, if it is equals to 5, then I am writing here simply continue, then close with F5. Then what will happen because of this continue? Very simple. Just assume that after your if condition, you are having some number of lines. As of now, you have only one line. See, it is executing your for loop. This entire logic is executing again and again for 10 times because you are having values from 1 to 10. If this condition is true, then continue keyword will execute. If continue is executing, your for loop will stop current iteration and it will go for next iteration. It will stop current iteration means after continue, if you have any number of lines in your code, in your loop, all those lines will skip and you will try to pick next value from here and it will execute for next iteration. That's it. See, same output you are going to get. You are not getting 5. The reason is whenever continue keyword is executing, continue command is executing, simply your for loop will stop the current iteration, the current execution part, and you will try to take next value for your each and you will try to execute next iteration. That's why whenever continue is executing, the remaining line is what is there you are trying to display. Whenever each value is equals to 5, continue is executing because this is true, no? If it is 5, this is true. True means continue will execute. Continue executing means remaining lines will skip in the current iteration, in the current execution, and you will try to take second next value, that is 6 for each, and will try to execute 6th iteration. For 6th iteration, this is not true, that's why continue won't execute, that's why echo line will execute. That's it. So guys, this is small confusion, continue, but if you are okay, then no problem. Otherwise, anyway, you will get confidence while writing our scripts. So simply continue command is used in the script to skip current iteration of loop and continue to next iteration of the loop. So be clear, these two commands you can use in any loop. We have different types of loops, right? Okay, thank you.